Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Nora, and here we're talking all things astrology, spirituality, and mysticism. And if you're tuned in into this particular video is a part of the series that I'm making, which is Libra through the houses. And if you know your personal chart, and if you happen to have Libra in the 11th house, then welcome to this video. This video is for you. Or if you have Venus in the 11th or even Taurus in the 11th, that video might resonate with you as well. So before we dive into the Libra in the 11th house, like I always do, I talk about the house first, we interpret the house, and then we're adding the zodiac sign and applying the characteristics of that zodiac sign, right, into the house. So what is 11th house of the chart? So the 11th house is a house before the 12th, right? Before the last one. And it naturally, it belongs to the sign of Aquarius, okay? So it's like, it's very high, it's the highest point of friendship that we can have. So we know that Aquarius is very drawn to the people, the like-minded people, the friends, right? And they connect with those friends, and then they achieve the goals together, which are related to Uranus energy, which is like related to technology, IT, computer science, and all of those like new technological trends, right? So that's Aquarius, and Aquarius natural house is the 11th house, right? But what if we have Libra in the 11th house, or Venus or Taurus in the 11th house? So when it comes to 11th house, having Libra placement in the 11th house, those people are drawn to friendships that, again, emphasize harmony and balance, right? It's the friendships. So Libra in the 11th is seeking the people to connect with who are sharing the same values and the same ideas, and also treat the friends based on how Libra likes to be treated, which is fairness, equality, diplomacy, negotiations, harmony, and balance, right? So a Libra person is not drawn to people who are out of balance, who can't control their emotions, who can't, even though Libra is very sophisticated and very diplomatic sign, even if they happen to have a friend in a group, right, who is not emotionally intelligent, Libra will not call that person out, but rather she will just like, hey, I don't agree with the way you're acting, and this is not how you should act in my personal group. And Libra has the tendency to change people who belong to that group of friends that she is drawn to, okay? And then also for Libra in the 11th house, like especially if you have a lot of planets there, the friendship is seen as something to be achieved and something to be nourished and cherished. So Libra in the 11th loves connections, right? Because Libra is a very, very social sign because it's the air element. But if she is in the 11th house, she values the high quality friendships, okay? The friendships that, based on mutual taste, mutual music, or mutual, let's say, certain life experiences, and based on those mutual things, they tend to connect with people and form a group of friendship that they cherish and nourish for a lifetime. And a Libra person will not stop being friends or cut people off easily. I can, but because I'm a Leo in the 11th, right? I'm like, you're out of my kingdom. If you're not complying with my rules, you're out of my kingdom. But Libra in the 11th is different. Libra has this patience with people and tolerance, more tolerance than Leo or Aries in the 11th. And even if a group of friends or certain friends within that group are not acting based on what Libra believes, right? So she is going to tell those people, but the way she tells them is very harmonious and very balanced, which makes other people to listen to her and adjust those changes so that they stay in that group of friends, right? So that they're still friends with Libra. Since Libra in the 11th house values friendships and connections, right? She's also vulnerable to the way other people perceive her, okay? Like the group of friends perceive her. So she will be constantly, like I said in the very first video about Libra sun, rising, and just like basic characteristics of the sign. Libra is scanning the environment, scanning the vibrations of other people so that she understands what other people like and don't like, and hence changing her approach to them so that she keeps the connections and keep the high quality friends. But if Libra gets a criticism in the 11th house from her friends, she is not the one who can take it very easily, the criticism, because she tends to act in a way so that she gets the attention from other people, even if she has to act in a way that is not consistent with her actual values. For Libra in the 11th, she will go an extra mile. She will change her approach, she will change her tone of voice, she will change her looks, whatever it needs to be changed to attract and keep those people. Okay, so she's very vulnerable to other people's vibrations, and she tends to lose herself because of that, because she tries to please other people so that they stay in her life, because she values friendships so much. And if she, does too much of this, then she is she can end up in losing her true self, her values, and she can just, by putting so many different masks in order to keep people or, connect with people, she tends to lose herself. And then in the end, you betray yourself, right? So this is something to be aware as a Libra in the 11th, because you guys tend to over exaggerate the influence of other people, and you tend to over exaggerate the value of other people in a way that, keeping other people in your life is something that makes you even lose yourself. So something to be aware of. And if you find yourself, also awareness is very important, so you have to be aware, you have to be self-aware when something like this is about to happen. Like when you get triggers, like, oh, I'm gonna change my approach, so just stop that right then and there and say no. If they don't accept me the way I am, you don't have to change yourself, okay? Because the more games you play like this, by changing your approach, changing yourself, changing how you identify yourself, changing how you see yourself, just in order to communicate and to get people and to keep them in your life, it's not worth it. There is a very, very, like I said, high value in friendships, right? And Libra in the 11th, tends to get a great support from her friends, and she is drawn to people of high status, people that are, highly placed in the society, that have great reputation, that are like businesswomen, businessmen, who got the shit going for them, like financial stability and stuff like that, who are like influential people, like politicians, like, I don't know, mayors, or executive directors, producers, whatever. She is drawn to forming relationships with those kinds of people. And as a Libra in the 11th, if you have planets there and good aspects with like trines and like sextiles to let's say Sun, or even Moon, I would say, or Mercury, or let's see, Saturn. If you have good aspects with those planets, then there is a high likelihood that you will get to your highest point in career through those friends. Okay, so the friendships that Libra in the 11th tends to have are of high quality. She's drawn to people who have influence in some shape or form, who are movers and shakers, who got network, who can help you achieve things, right? And if she connects with those people, right, and if she has good aspects from the 11th house of Venus towards other, like let's say Saturn, right, then there is a high chance of Libra in the 11th getting into that reputation from friends, through friendships, networks. So like a lot of the times Libra in the 11th happens to be lucky because of friends, because they help her achieve the goals that she wants. Okay, Also, another thing I did want to, mention, and obviously everybody loves Libra in the 11th, the group of friends that she have, they just love that Libra person. She's the one who brings that harmony. Even if, like, let's say there's two people, like there's like a group of 5 friends, right? Because my best friend, she is a Libra sun and she's in the 11th house. Hi, Isa. I know that's you. You have a few planets there, by the way. So she's my boo. Like, I love her so much, and she's one of my best friends. And yeah, like our connection, like we met in 2020. She was an exchange student here in America. I just started my master's program, and ever since we've been friends. And she visited me even last year. And we're still friends, and she's helping me achieve my goals, even like YouTube. She's helping me with edits, and I'm helping her mentally, emotionally, however I can, so like we value that connection, right? But I know that Libra, my friend Isa, right, when she has situation where, like, in a group of people where she has two people like who are fighting, okay, she tends to be the one who balances them out. She tends to be the one who, is acting as a judge, and usually a fair one, based on fairness, based on equal give and take, based on balance, and she brings those people together within the same group, so which is cool, right? It's really, really cool to have a Libra in the 11th friend. Okay, so also she will never be snappy or aggressive towards her friends. She is, like I said, more tolerant toward them. Even if she doesn't agree, Libra in the 11th is more likely to keep her opinion and whatever she doesn't agree with to herself, so that she doesn't mess up with the dynamic in that group. There's also the possibility of Libra in the 11th to have friends who are jealous of you, who and the ones who are passive aggressive, the ones who don't tell you straight up to your face, but the ones who conspire behind your back, or like go and gossip behind your back and say whatever, right, and then come to you and smile. Or they can just like have those like passive aggressive behavior that shows that, damn, they're really, really jealous of me, or they just don't like me, or they're competing with me. So the competition in a friendship is very, very possible, but not in competition with just one friend. Let's say there's a group of people and there's just 1 or 2 people who are competing with that Libra person. So that's very, very, very likely to have for a Libra in the 11th. And actually, I know people with Libra in the 11th who have just that in life. Okay, so something to be aware of. Do not get into those people's like manipulations. Do not fall into those people's manipulations, because whatever they're doing, the passive aggressive behavior is coming from the jealousy. Okay, and the more you feed the monster, the bigger he gets. Like, you don't need that, right? Issues of rivalry and competition. The issues of rivalry and competition is very, very like big for a Libra in the 11th house. And guess what? It's not that every single person in a friends group trying to compete with a Libra. No, it's just like 1 or 2 people who will just mess up with that dynamic, and a Libra person will eventually have to give that individual or stop communicating. So that person who were trying to be a rival and compete with a Libra in a group, Libra will do so much to just release that person, but she will do it behind her back too. So like, whatever you give is what you get too. Okay, so whatever you get is what you give. That's what I was trying to say. And last thing I wanted to mention about Libra in the 11th house is that Libra in the 11th is drawn to romance in group connections. So as a Libra in the 11th, you guys are more likely to find a romantic partner and get into committed relationships by being introduced to a person, through your friendship, like through the group of friends. Like, it can be, let's say, one of your friends from the 11th house might introduce you to their friend, and that's how they get into romantic relationships. So like, for Libra in the 11th, especially if you have a lot of planets there, and if you have Venus or even like Sun, whatever, it doesn't really matter. If you have planets there, there's a high propensity to meet a romantic partner through friendships, through your friends. So I feel like that's all I wanted to cover for Libra in the 11th. Please, please, please let me know if you resonate with this video and what you think, your feedback. I highly appreciate your guys' feedback. I'm very, very much into astrology. So if you guys resonated with this video, please let me know in the comments below. If you didn't, please let me know your interpretation as a Libra in the 11th. I would love to hear your comments. And yeah, like I said, I love astrology, and in my immediate environment, I do not have people whom I can discuss that. And yeah, I decided to make a YouTube channel where I can chat about astrological placements and just to solidify my knowledge and yeah, get a whole new group of friends. So hope you guys liked my video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.